Tononoka Grounds exploded today. Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna finally sent a very strong message to the country. And I want to offer my unsolicited advice to President Ruto and Oburu Odinga, and particularly ODM party, and to some extent Kalonzo Musyoka and Rigathi Gachagua, and even Fred Okengo Matiang'i. There is a new sheriff in town, and they are taking the country by storm. Ladies and gentlemen, a few days ago, ODM party convened its national delegates conference meeting. Edwin Sifuna was kicked out as the Secretary General. And as fate would have it, Edwin Sifuna made it very clear today.
Mimi sitambui ODM ambaye haina baba Raila Odinga. Siwezi kutambua ODM ambaye inafukuza watu bila Osotsi. Huyu Osotsi alipewa hiyo kitu na baba mwenyewe. Wewe ni nani unataka kumnyang'anya Osotsi kiti? Washindwe wasishindwe? Washindwe wasishindwe? Mimi nataka niseme hapa leo kama Sifuna, chama cha ODM hakiwezi kukuwa chama cha kufukuza watu. Hakiwezi kuwa chama cha kufukuza watu. Kwa sababu baba alikijenga juu ya msingi ya kuingiza watu ndani ya chama, sio kufukuza watu ndani ya chama. Munanielewa nyinyi? Munanielewa vizuri? Na mimi nilitangaza juzi, baada ya kukuwa katibu mkuu wa chama cha ODM, baada ya kuwa katibu mkuu wa baba Raila Amolo Odinga, siwezi kuwa katibu mkuu wa mediocrity. Munajua mediocrity nyinyi? Vile munaniangalia hivi, vile munaniangalia hivi, unaweza kuwa SG wa baba, SG wa baba miaka 9, alafu kuwa SG wa Oburu. Atafute wake, si ndio? Atafute wake. Hii bei itamshinda, si ndio? Hii bei imemshinda bro. Hii hautaweza bwana. Hii bei ni mbaya. Atafute anaitwa nini? Mheshimiwa Mi amfanyie hiyo kazi. Kwa hayo mengi.
Personally, I was waiting for this particular Tononoka Grounds meeting. And for those who follow me on Facebook, I was actually shocked and posed the question, Tononoka yawa, because I never expected Tononoka to turn up the way it turned out, the way it turned up. But in this video, I want to analyze the Tononoka rally and why William Ruto and Oburu Odinga in particular should be worried. Before I do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I believe William Ruto and Oburu Odinga should be very careful with Edwin Sifuna and Babu Owino, especially after the Tononoka rally, are as follows. Number one, Tononoka, which is in Mombasa County, historically has always hosted ODM political rallies. That is where Mombasa and the coastal region, whenever they want to speak on a particular matter, that's where they normally rush to. And since Mombasa has always been predominantly ODM and Raila Odinga support base, it was expected that with a split of ODM, that rally was not going to be packed the way it was. So the question is, and this is what I want Oburu to hear, have these guys, that is Edwin Sifuna and Babu Owino, inherited Raila Odinga's core support base? Personally, I've attended several rallies with Raila Odinga in Tononoka Grounds. This crowd, to pull it, it's not easy. Because even in the last election, let us just be honest and fair, Raila Odinga never pulled such kind of a rally in Tononoka. It was a flop. I want you to go back and check that video. But the question is it possible that these guys have now inherited Raila Odinga support base in Mombasa?
Nani aliiba kura ya Raila? Nani aliiba kura ya Raila? Na unaweza kuwa na kichwa timamu. Yule mtu aliiba kura ya Raila. Atuna pek ukae na yeye chini ati unaandika agreement. Mmekataa. Kwa sababu mmenizoea kama uko na tiaga hii ndio nafasi yako. Kabla niendelee, kama umetumwa na tiaga nilikuwa tayari. Leo hawako wanajua mkorana. Tulisema wakiwacha tunazima yetu.
And since Mombasa is normally the barometer for the coastal region, can we safely conclude that Mombasa is gone? Coast is gone? That is the first thing. Number two, and this is also very important. If you look at Linda Wananchi, there is not a single elected leader. I'm talking of MPs, even governor, or even senator, or even women rep, who is part and parcel of it. All of them are still in ODM party. So the question is, this new team now sweeping Mombasa without the input of the leaders? Because it's normally possible for the people to move ahead of their leaders. Is it possible that now in Mombasa, or in coastal region in particular, the people have decided to go with Edwin Sifuna and Babu Owino, and they've left the leadership? Or is there something wrong with the leadership in Mombasa, and the residents there were like, we don't want you guys, we don't consider you? Because normally, for example, if Raila Odinga was still alive and he was organizing an event in Mombasa, what normally happened is that he would use the governor, he would use the MPs, and even the MCS to mobilize. So for me, this new team, if Oburu and Ruto are not careful, they are going to lock the ODM support base. And that's very dangerous for William Ruto's re-election. Number three, this was the first rally after the ODM NDC. And the truth is, Sifuna announced his resignation, in quotes, during that event. So the biggest question is, are ODM supporters sending a message to Oburu and to Ruto that this is where we are? That is now the most critical question. And of course, if they are not careful, this wave might strip them. And number four, and previously I did a comprehensive analysis about it, the momentum. You see, Edwin Sifuna and the group held a rally in Kitengela. Then from Kitengela, they went to, was it Kisii? Then they went to Kakamega. Then in Kakamega, they announced that they were going to suspend those rallies to allow for Ramadan. That slowed the momentum. And right now, after Tononoka, I'm 100% sure that this team is now re-energized. The momentum has increased. And with an increased momentum, more people are definitely now going to join. Because if there were people in ODM party, for example, who are still doubtful, they will now have to make that decision. And number 5, which should be my last point, and this is something which is there. Is it possible that Edwin Sifuna and Babu Owino have now grown beyond ODM and are attracting support from the other side? Because the ODM party, I know, even if they are unpopular, they cannot turn up the way they did. I'm suspecting that Edwin Sifuna and Babu Owino have managed to rally the nation, especially the young people, around their cause. And these people are neither ODM nor UDA, just the population. So that now their support is not beyond ODM. And that's why most people are surprised to see people who hated Raila Odinga attending these rallies. Is it possible that they have now attracted the UDA leaders or UDA members who are not happy with William Ruto, but they can't find a place? Ladies and gentlemen, I also suspect that in Mombasa, the leadership there have failed the citizen. And therefore the citizens are protesting. And the best way for a citizen to protest is to show up the way they did. Ladies and gentlemen, the next step for these guys, and that's the biggest challenge, is to maintain this momentum. And I'm sure they can maintain it. But there is Rigathi Gachagua and there is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka who will step down for these guys, because Edwin Sifuna is now more popular than Kalonzo, is now more popular than Rigathi Gachagua, who is going to step down for them to face William Ruto. Maybe time will tell. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.